breaking information. Iggymo said about that 2K last tweet that we talked about in the last video. Mike Wang came in my stream last night and confirmed that the visual cue always, in caps, matches the green window. This is how it's been every year. I don't know why everybody's acting like something changed. He said, you're not wrong, Maluba, which is Mike Wang. The ideal release point, aka visual cue, is always at the same exact point in the animation. Now, WR Bleg said, I spent 6 hours in a MyCore. That's insane, by the way. Testing my releases in milliseconds, and I can confidently say that the cue doesn't match the green window 100% of the time. The release point is changing speed, but the green window doesn't always follow it unless no.
I heard him say that. I was just like, these niggas too serious about this game. Yeah, you spent 6 hours of some shit that you can't even play with, that you wasn't even playing with other people. Like,
yeah, like once you get to playing with other people,
green window and make percent cap at about, I guess, 75% is what he was trying to say. So I don't know, man. I really don't. That is the really biggest discussion right now. Is shooting might
like,
be
that's crazy. Like every time you dribble, they go in front of him.
75%.
I mean, they going back.
So I don't know, man. I really don't. That is the biggest discussion right now. Is shooting might be more difficult in the past than in past years, but is it really that it's more difficult, or are the cues changing, or the green windows changing? Are you able to time your shot correctly if you're looking at your player? Is what people are arguing. They're saying if you're actually even looking at your player, because everyone's saying, oh, just look at your player and time the animation right based off your, push, release, jump, whatever you have on. A lot of people are arguing that even when you do that, it's not the same window. You see what I'm saying? It's not in the same area. You randomly, let's say you read 3 shots in a row on release. Well, now your next shot's going to be on push.
It's like Allen Gardner right here, and
I don't know.
It's going to be different.
We don't have 100% information on this, so I really don't want to say that's how it is. But just keep that in mind. Okay, so Grinding just posted a YouTube video right here. Said new shooting patch made ranked 2v2 easy. ... Now, I've seen a lot of people talking about this, and I watched Grinding's video. Okay, this is what he was talking about in his video. It shows you can green 5 shots in a row now instead of 3 in the casual game modes, but you can still only green 3 to 4 in a row in the comp game mode. Now, it is probably possible to go 7 for 7, but what I'm saying is, if you guys haven't been in the recent videos, either way, we have to bring this up. A lot of people are saying there's an algorithm on 2K. Basically, let's say you hit 3 shots in a row. 3 threes in a row. You don't do anything else. Your teammate doesn't take a dunk, doesn't take a layup. You don't take a layup, a mid-range, whatever it is. If you only shoot another 3 after that, you insanely decrease your chances of being able to make the next shot because of this thing 2K added called the algorithm into the shooting, where they basically want you to switch up the gameplay, the game style. If you're going, they don't want you to go 7 for 7 anymore. So even if you perfectly time the shot, you're still going to miss. See what I'm saying? So we need to bring this up. This is honestly very, very important. So Mike Wang, our lead 2K developer, at least that talks to us on social media a little bit throughout the year, talked about this last year when shooting was a very big topic as well. But now it's just the biggest it's ever been because people can't shoot, right? He said, this is what it really all boils down to. If anyone has ideas for a better option than these two, I'd love to hear them. And by the way, I'm bringing this back up. Bringing this back up. He said, 1, keep pure green windows, no RNG. So if you time your shot right, it goes in. Trying to see what that means. It means for the sake of balance,
hello, Blackie. 2K25, man.
For the sake of balance, the windows need to be pretty small. Very difficult for casual players. Most people hit with cap the excellent timing boost.
No, bro, just time y'all shit. Y'all want bigger green windows. So
windows, the green windows need to be pretty small, like they are now, so that good players don't shoot 90% from 3.
Yeah, 61.
This makes shooting very difficult for casual players, and what we're dealing with now. So this was before the patch in 2K24, before October. He said, or 2, go back to bigger green windows that are easier for most people to hit, but have the excellent timing boost. Reintroduce RNG to keep the game balanced. This is how 2K shooting has basically worked for the past 20 years.
Beetlejuice.
Now, they tried to switch it up last year. People complained about it. I begged 2K. I know you guys have heard me say this a lot. That are here in this video. Listening. I begged 2K to not change the shooting in 2K24. I really figured it out about a week or two before they changed it, and I was confident that it didn't need a patch. Well, once it got
Shadow, what
patched,
the
and
fuck
then
is you
patched
doing?
again, then patched again, then
Shadow.
anybody could shoot. You could shoot
The
blindfolded.
smoking
You know, so
finally
look,
got to you.
this is important because here's my answer from
You said
October
the smoking got
19th,
to me.
Shadow, what are you
2023.
doing?
So you can see the proof right there under the second
Nah,
tweet.
man, I've been smoking for a
My
minute.
opinion, at Baluba, is
Get up,
number
man.
one.
This
Except
cat's still in
dramatically
there.
lower the 5,000 different shot timings or remove them. I also prefer the shooting pre-patch before the buff. I mean, come on, guys.
Playing
Come
around.
on. Now, look. I'm going to get people that are mad at me no matter what, okay? Unless I didn't say anything, which is what most YouTubers
Hit
are
the
going to
game.
do.
Where do you come
see,
from,
a lot of
brother?
YouTubers don't talk about gameplay. They don't give their
Gibbs,
opinion on anything. And I'm not saying I
live
have
next
opinions
door
on
to
like, oh, this needs changed or patched or whatever, but I'm giving you genuinely
Next door
how I
game.
feel about the game when I say
Wow.
I don't think shooting needs to get patched. There's gonna be people mad. Food prices are just too high. Kamala Harris' plan will bring costs.
Nah, man, I've been smoking hella woods, man.
People mad at me about that. If I said that I thought it needed to be patched, there's gonna be people mad at me. See what I'm saying? I can't win. I'm just going to give you my opinion, and I hope you guys can respect it. So, Lele or Lele, I don't know how you say it, but anyway, she said this right here.
See,
2K25 is going to come down to customers always right.
Yeah.
There's simply too many factors now, and being a good consistent shooter, and you're not rewarded for knowing your shot. This is a verified fact across comps, grinders, casuals, all modes alike, and it's affecting the integrity of gameplay.
Just because that's how you read it.
Something
if it was LI,
wrong. So,
if it was eyes,
I don't know. Whatever her name is, she's in good with 2K. The customer is always right. People, right now, the majority of people are saying that 2K needs to change the shooting. The customer is always right. That means there's going to be a change, guys. There's a 99% there's 99% chance there will be a change in the shooting. Okay? If she's saying that, then that's what they're telling her. You know, she's getting the feedback from them.
Get it closer, that'll clear it up.
2K, she said, from my claim, the visual cue doesn't move around in different spots in the animation. The
Good shit,
ideal
Jared. Get that nigga out of here.
Animation based on the cue you choose. I just don't know if I believe that.
They didn't learn how to play the ocean.
But anyway, the problem with shooting is a lot of people are just
change?
expecting to have the same success this year as they did in 24. But one of the main goals for 2K24.
What you say? Then it's gonna
swing. The visual cue doesn't move around in different spots in the animation. The ideal release point is always at the same point in the animation based on the cue you choose. And I just don't know if I believe that, by the way, from playing 2K25. But anyway, the problem with shooting is a lot of people are just expecting to have the same success this year as they did in 24. But one of the main goals for 2K25 was to bring 3-point percent down to earth, which is why green windows are much tighter by design. The reason why we want 3-point percents to be closer to NBA averages, notice how she said we, is because we believe, again, it results in better basketball. It makes more builds viable, encourages more variety in scoring. When 3-point percentages start to hover around 60 to 70% on average, it makes no sense to ever attempt a 2. So the animation fluctuation
about others.
we kick people for that Labs posted today was put in place to combat sins. Obviously, but we also thought it was justified because it increases the skill gap.
Jared booted his ass.
A good
You kick people for worrying about others. Hell yeah, worry about yourself.
The button pressed to that visual cue point is dynamic. Should be able to outperform a sin user.
Looking boy. Yes, sir. She a boy looking boy.
Okay,
but you watching me though. I ain't watching
that information. They probably still work in the competitive modes. You're just not going to shoot better than someone who's actually genuinely being able to adapt to the new shooting system.
Hey, let's tee this bitch up. And if y'all in the love, go ahead and like the love.
He said every shot I take now on my 6.6 ISO build is with rhythm shooting. My percentages are not only going up from my already 57.
No, this the part that
but over my life,
this nigga has a 57 3-point percentage. Wait, actually,
I've had more 6-for-6, 5-for-5, and 4-for-4 3-point games than I've had combined all year. So there's gotta be a genuinely pretty big boost. Okay, so if that Reddit post was real, which I said take with a grain of salt, Mike Wing said there's a significant boost for having the rhythm shooting. I told you guys you should definitely try it out, especially if you're not a guard. I mean, if you can learn it on a guard, learn it, right? But it's hard. Okay. Anyway, Power DF said, what I really like about shooting in 2K25 so far is the noticeable skill gap. Not in the sense that the best players make every shot, but that bad players can't hit at all. This is the first 2K in years where I feel like I can leave bad players open and they'll miss just because they aren't good enough. And honestly, I kind of agree with that. That's how I personally feel about the game. I mean, you shouldn't be able to just time every shot, even when you're not good at the game. Like if you're not good. Now, here's the only counter argument.
He got him going back and forth. That's why I said
I'll play devil's advocate here and just on both sides because I honestly am not perfectly on the side of don't change shooting.
You want to go left, right, left, right.
See what other people say. I personally have a pretty bad latency. You guys know what that is? Lag, whatever you want to call it, chop. My latency is around 80 to 100 milliseconds. That's very hard to play with on guard. On top of that, we're not even adding 2K's notoriously bad service. So I'm having to dribble, which is delayed, then quick stop, then shoot, which is delayed. It's hard, okay? It's not easy. And I don't know if I think the game should be easy.
We're going to hit you bad for sure.
Really wish 2K would fix their servers. If we had, and I've said this a million times, I think 2K is sitting on a gold mine. If we had a system in place, if you go into the art of shooting, if you go into a micro game, your my court, the dribbling,
tell them what they know about 2K.
the shooting, everything, it feels so fluid. It's beautiful. Now, don't even go in the comments and say, well, that's because it's an offline game. But I understand. Offline and online can never have the same latency. Okay, so basically what that means is if you don't know, when you press your button, whatever button it is on the stick when you're playing online, when I have a 100 millisecond latency, it takes 100 milliseconds for the game to register that I press the button on top of 2K servers, right? But many other games, and this is a very known fact if you guys don't play other games besides 2K, which some people, a lot of people I think more in the sports community do than any other community. That's not something that happens as much. Like I can go get on Call of Duty right now on my computer, or I can load up Fortnite and have the stats on my screen. I don't play Fortnite, but I'm just saying I can load up the stats on my screen. Fortnite, by the way, was amazing back in the day. Don't play anymore. I can load up the stats and it'll show me my latency. And it'll be like 20, 30. You know what I'm saying? Like it's something going on with 2K servers. It's been like that for a long time. So playing on that latency, that lag is definitely frustrating, and that's how I can see the other point of view. Okay, I want to totally explain that. But anyway, this is what Joey 2K said. I want to make it very clear once again until we have all the data from more testing. Please do not patch or touch.
I don't play 2K like that. So
agree with that. I'm still, and I told you guys this in previous videos,
it'd be
not 100% with don't change the shooting yet. Okay. Like I'm 99% there, 98, but I do want to give it another week, another 2 weeks. Let's see how this all plays out before everybody freaks out and we make the game just like last year. Just like last year. If you guys don't remember, the game was not hard to shoot before the patches, but we just had to figure the game out. See what I'm saying? So I really am on that side of don't change it, but I'm not 100% yet. I am giving it some bit of leniency to see maybe, but I'm most likely saying don't change it. Okay, so Chop said my favorite part about this pure green window argument is that it doesn't make any of y'all better. If you've been losing, this doesn't make you start winning. Half of y'all don't know what any of this means, and you're using buzzwords you've seen other people say.
Up in Senegal, bro.
Now, I do halfway agree with him because
I got money on the dread head
into some sort of different context. They're like, I'm shooting 26% from 3. 2K is making me miss all my shots.
See niggas play each other in 2K.
I'm gonna put my hand on your shoulder when I tell you this, buddy. If you're shooting 26% from 3, it's more than 2K. Okay, you got two problems. Okay, 2K might be making you miss a little.
He just dribbling around that bitch ass, and then
I'm gonna put my hand on your shoulder when I tell you this, buddy.
I thought he was gonna go off.
If you're shooting 26% from 3. It's more than 2K. Okay, you got two problems. Okay, 2K might be making you miss a little bit, but you got other problems in that. Okay. Now look, Boom said right here, since we're losing the plot because this has just been such a hot topic, we've asked 2K to do something about Zins, even though they're a hardware issue. 2K implements a shooting system that is dynamic to help combat that. 3 gives us an option to have a bigger green window. 4 implements an in-game reporting system. Yet we're still upset at this point. We don't even know what we want. And you see, I said Zins / Titans still work. This narrative has to go. The only place they don't is the quote-unquote comp areas. What's funny is the casual player is now even more at a disadvantage because the geeks who want to cheat are doing it versus them. Because that's the only place they can be used. Rec Park
big ass.
etc.
You don't think everybody gonna catch on to a
the casual player is now even more affected. Not only do they have 5,000 different shot timings, which I've been warning you guys about, is not something I'm a big fan of. Guys, the casual player is now even more affected. Not only do they have 5,000 different shot timings, which I've been warning you guys about, is not something I'm a big fan of since 2K23. I'm okay with multiple different shot timings, right? Like low stamina, fadeaways, a different shot timing, but not as many as we have. Okay, we are heavily affected. Now, I'm not saying like I'm a casual, right? But I'm saying I play in the casual modes. So all the like 98% of 2K players are more affected. You've got to worry about these different animations, and now the game's changing your green window, and there's fluctuations, and you're playing with the latency. It's rough out here. Okay, so she responded and said, "I think we missed my point though, badge. The areas most affected by Zen and Titans last year were calm stage chrome areas. This year, they're significantly less effective. I'm not saying this fix is perfect or should stay, but it's literally what we asked them to do." And Frostbite, you see, said 70 likes. There has to be an alternative way to combat Zins that doesn't completely destroy the user experience, and it's 2K's job to figure it out. Now, not everyone thinks that way. Not everyone says that because of this new system added, it's ruining their experience. Okay, and I personally also don't believe it's ruining my experience. There is a bit of an annoyance to it. Like, there's so many times, guys, I'm on my 99 3-point build, legend badges, lethal zones, catching it off, dimer, jump shot boost. I know I'm timing my shot right all throughout the day. And I get so many misses where I know I'm timing it wrong. I'm not a big fan of that. I'm really just not a big fan of that. Now, maybe, okay, there is some in there where, obviously not every single time I think I timed it right, I actually did. But if I shot 70%, 80%.
If you give Mike Rogers $1 million
percent last year in some modes, and then the year before, and the year before, and the year before, you think that I don't know that I'm not, I know I'm timing my shot right, But anyway, Cash Out is the first veteran one in 2K. Yes, we're 20 minutes in. But you guys see, he unlocked Heat Check Booster plus veteran level daily rewards in an animated player banner. So the daily rewards are going to be better. Last year I got the elite rewards, and I barely got anything good throughout the whole year. I've never got really anything good on there besides, like maybe 20 boosts in every category, or, Gatorade, whatever. Anyway, Power said, here's why I support the lower 3-point percentages in 2K, and it's less about realism and more about gameplay balance. The game is now more fun when there's versatility, and I agree with this, where an inside center can be just as effective as a stretch, and a slasher can thrive alongside a 3-point guard. This mirrors real life. Curry is great from deep, but Giannis dominates around the rim. Now, when players can hit 60 to 70% from 3, like has been common in recent 2Ks, it breaks the game. Builds can't shoot at that level become nearly useless. Let's break it down with math and true shooting percentages. 33% from 3 equals 50% from 2 in true shooting form percentage terms. If a player shoots above 67% from 3, even shooting 100% from 2 won't be as efficient as a shooter. I've added a graph to make it easier to get, but
transformation.
In simple terms, you can make every shot from 2, and someone who threes would still outperform you if they can hit it at a 67% or higher chance. That imbalance destroys build diversity and ruins the game's experience. Lowering these 3-point percentages isn't just about realism, it's about making the gameplay more balanced and enjoyable that is better for everyone in the game. Now, I do agree with a good amount of that. I think that there is a awesome amount of diversity in 2025 right now. Keep in mind, it is September. Not everyone has figured out. And
I couldn't shoot, so I'm feeling like, what the fuck can I do? Because, nigga, it seemed like that's all niggas could do. That's why I used to make shooting builds.
No, I wasn't fucking with them. That's why I went to the mid-range. But, like they said, you got to make 3 mid-range just to catch up today, too.
Followed the meta and every best room move and blah, 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 blah. But I've got my 5'9". It's really nice. I have my 6'4". I do this every year. You guys know that. But I'm just saying, I make a whole bunch of different play styles every single year. I got a Shaq build. I got a lock build. I got multiple different guard builds. You guys can see in yesterday's video where I unlocked the cap breakers, which is the best reward in the game, by the way. I'll have it at the end of the video so you can click or tap to go to it. But you see what I'm saying? I'm trying to explain that there so far has been a good amount of diversity. I'm not I hop on the court or someone hops on versus me after the game ends, and pull up on them, and I see, oh, there's that build again. Oh, there's that build. I mean, maybe the 5'9" is the most feared build for me because I know how good the 5'9" is. I know it sounds crazy to some of you, but I have a 5'9" and it has 96 steal, 99 3, 99 ball handle. And I know how to use it. In the right hands, it's a very deadly build. But I'm saying there's a lot of versatility right now on the game, and I'm pretty happy about that. That's something that I can say is good about 2K25 right now. Although I've got some complaints. I've got a few, but anyway. Lily said right here, anyways, back to the gameplay. Last thing about shooting in 2K25, no matter how you feel about shooting right now, in all caps, it's not hard in G. And I just don't know about that. I mean, she's in good with 2K, so she could be relaying this information, but 2K Labs has not, like, look at this. Look at this. Let me show you guys back to this graph right here. Let me pull it up. This graph right here. From 2K Labs. There's no 100%. Even with legend badges, there's no 100%. 2K Labs and 2K Toots, you guys see, I mean, it's right there in front of our face. I could be reading the information wrong somehow or whatever, but they have homemade sins that they created that can perfectly time shots. They're testing, and they can't find a pure green window. Pure green window means you time your shot right with a certain rating, certain jump shot, whatever it is, and it goes in, okay? I don't know how to believe that, bro, if they can't find it. I'm not sure. Anyway, Double H said, my 2K24 2K card 12 days into the game on the left versus 2K25 2K card 12 days into the game. I'm shooting better than I was in 2K24 despite having a lower 3-point rating. So he shot 59.3% through 618 games and then 448 games on 2K25, 68.3%. Now, that is 170 less games, so maybe it'll change, whatever. But you guys get the point. It's kind of going back to what I was saying is we just don't know yet, okay? Let's figure out the game more. Let's get more statistics and evidence, real proof from 2K Labs, and maybe even Mike Wang about how the shooting really is. Let's figure it out more. Let's have jump shot boosts on. Let's get our hot spots, our lethals, let's learn our jump shot before we say the game needs a change, because every year this happens. Every single year. My only gameplay complaint, as you guys know at the moment, like actual gameplay complaint, is the teleportation steals. We talked about this a few times. I'm not saying steals need to be nerfed. I'm not saying interceptor steals, on ball steals. I'm only talking about the lane. You guys that have played the game know exactly what I'm talking about. And I have a lockdown build. My 5'9" has 96 steal as well. So I would be someone who wants this to be in the game because I know how to abuse it more than other people, right? But you drive into the lane, and all someone has to do, they can just be holding their right stick down or up. And when you're driving in, they can be way behind you. Hit X or square, right stick up, down, whatever it is, and it will literally teleport them in front of you and strip the ball. I'm talking about 5 feet away, like 6 feet, 7 feet away, like completely not even close. Now, if we're talking about a realistic basketball game, which we're, not necessarily right? Because I believe the game needs a good balance of arcade and realism. But that's what 2K is trying to do, is make a realistic basketball game that is nowhere near realistic. And honestly, I'll just pop it up on the screen for you guys so you can see an example of what I'm talking about, a few different examples. Because it's bad, okay? It is really bad. And it's honestly not good at all for the game, because when I'm running into the basket, I have to literally be a far amount away from my defender if they have a brain, right? If they know how the game works, because people are catching on to go up for a dunk. I mean, far away. And even then, they can still get the animation. So now, when I have a decent gap where I should always get the dunk, if we're looking at any other 2K game, if they dunk, I have to, if they have a brain, wait out their reach, or wait for them to jump, and even if they jump, they can still land on me after I made them jump and block it. And what I'm talking about is there's also another animation where someone can reach, and I've seen this many, many times. This is the same thing I'm talking about, the teleportation thing. They can reach. They don't reach again, so they reach right before I go for the dunk. And then, so I'm about to go for the dunk. They reach, they miss. They miss. They're not locked onto me. They didn't teleport onto me. And then I'll go up for the dunk, and it like zooms them onto me and trips the ball. They don't hit X again. They didn't do anything. They didn't hit X or square to attempt to steal the ball after they missed it, and it still throws them on. So they miss it, And then the game, like, I don't know, it like bugs out and then throws them back on like they did it again, like they were in good position. So it's pretty bad. But anyway, let's talk about this right here, okay? We have from Boomy, again, she said, Ronnie 2K is jumping in. Not sure if you knew this, but it's okay to disagree. The problem is we never actually listen to each other. Your game experience on 2K25 is valued, but it isn't the only one that matters. We all make up one 2K community. And Ronnie said, I think that's what Mike Wang, our gameplay developer, and gameplay team is struggling with most. Struggling. You guys see, there's some internal conflict going on because they're trying. You guys don't agree, so how are they supposed to make the masses happy when there is no consensus mass? So he's saying, if you don't know what he's saying, people can't agree on how the game should be. So how can they, like, what can they do, right? All you can do is build the best game you can in your eyes, and 25 is popular with many, if polarizing. Okay, I don't know about polarizing, but he said, also it came out 10 days ago. So there's some truth in both of those right there. I mean, if you're a gameplay developer, you guys know.
I tell you, humans
I know really. I read almost every single comment. I'm on Twitter reading people's opinions and comments all the time. I'm playing the game myself and forming my own opinions, which is what I do. I don't form my opinions off anyone else, and that's what I encourage you guys to do in the game as well. But it's hard. I mean, imagine being a developer where you're in a community and people don't agree. They just don't agree on anything. Because this shooting debate is pretty split up. Although I do believe the majority, let's say 70-80%, is wanting the shooting to be buffed. There's still a 20-30% that doesn't want it to change. And that 20-30, let's say it's 30%, that's millions of players. There's 10+ million people from what we've seen buy 2K every year. So I mean, of course, that's not the community, because we talked about before how only like maybe 10% of those people actually consistently watch YouTubers and streamers and Twitch, just like every other game community. But you see what I'm saying? There's, let's say 300,000. If we had a million, right? There's easily a million.
That shit fucked
right?
up the game too.
300,000 people they're saying
don't
don't
take
it. So now you make 300,000 people upset.
Holding the ball too long.
Tough. But again, everyone's opinion matters. So that's why you should form your own opinion, because your opinion matters. Anyway, guys, click this right here or tap it to go to the next video. It's showing you the cap breakers, the best reward in 2K25. Literally, the best reward. I don't know why you're still listening, bro. Click this, tap it, whatever you got to do.
Yeah. They got rhythm shooting. That's crazy.
Okay, we don't even got them settings. I was wondering why I couldn't find that.
Rhythm ain't on there. That's clickbait. It's just high risk, normal, and low.
Oh.
And then real player percentage or difficulty based. But you can have this.
And then Mark Wayne told me last year, he said shooting with real player percentage was the one to go with.
What is the fuck is this? Y'all out the coffee, man?
Yeah, I have real player percentage on.
He said that was meant for that 2K.
Which one? Last year?
Yeah. Yes. He said that's what. He said real player percentage was made for 2K, and that's what. Yeah. So I'm wondering if niggas was using that the whole time.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm putting real player percentage on when I play now. Yeah. Like say I play with the bros or something, we both go put our shit on real player percentage. I'm not finna time fucking LeBron James shot.
What's this?
That's high risk, low risk and shit. That's for layup.
But what is difficulty based? What does that
mean? It's gonna automatically adjust to which risk it is, depending on what you play, what game you play. The Boys and Girls Club looked at my application.
Oh, no capitals.
Low risk. I don't know if I'm gonna be doing that gym shit. I ain't gonna lie. I have all them kids in the gym. That's the worst time. They got the most energy.
That was my favorite time in the gym. It was we used to go to the gym.
The first of many tonight. Both teams have legit offensive talent. And if everything goes to plan, this could be a very fun
scene. That shit you was in there? Travis what that big bounce off the wall. Bro, he shouldn't even be allowed to be in there doing shit like that. So I'm gonna kill him.
Russo left side. On the arc. Alexander with the assist.
Y'all like that?
He lets the score even more. And something that makes SGA so dangerous on offense is elite drive and capability. You have to load tools and when it comes off a high pick. It just draws so much attention you can find another cutter or a spot-up shooter. He has so much gravity to his game. Williams misses. Just haven't found their offensive footing yet, only managing to sink one of their first 5 shots. Porzingis, and he drops in the layup.
Like I said, these niggas would know all these problems that they talking about if they played my career first, but they pop straight apart.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Holiday. And Gilgeous-Alexander missing. The Celtics have gone 3 of 3 so far from the floor. Holiday finds Miller. And stolen by Williams. Pushing it up the floor. Here comes Oklahoma City. Gilgeous-Alexander, a good look. And falls.
That's all look at every problem, bro. Y'all trying to look for problems. You're looking for a problem.
Oklahoma City has gone 1 of 2
Looking for
the point land so far. Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. Things goes in defensively. They grab their own miss. Oh, good.
And you've got to give credit to the D for never giving up on the play and doing just enough to bother him that rim.
Outside, Brown. Inside, here's Porzingis. And a great assist by Brown as that one goes in.
Inside, Porzingis can pretty much take what he wants.
Making me
Too
miss.
tall.
Thunder trail by 5. And Thunder call time here. When Porzingis can be a third option on the team, he is deadly and efficient, RJ.
We've always seen Porzingis as the guy or as the second option. But when he has the teammates around him, he really flows.
Oklahoma City gone with almost an entire new group here. Williams is checked in for Hartenstein. Wiggins comes in for Dort. Joe's checked in for Caruso. And it's Wallace in for Gilgeous-Alexander. Now here's Wiggins. Right now contributing around 10.5 points a game. Pass to Williams. Austin foul. First team foul. Here's Joe. Ooh, good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
I know what they say. Defense wins championships.
What play time is this playing?
Pass to Miller. Now here's Horford.
Two-way stretch forward. Stretch in forward.
For 3. Here's Porzingis. And a slap. Outside Porzingis.
The height of Porzingis gives him the edge on that offensive glass, and he uses
No, you
There's a minute 12 left in the first. Williams on the wing. Pass to Wallace. Wiggins outside. 6 on the shot clock. Oklahoma City's got to hurry. They got to get up a shot.
we finna end this. Hey, what's up, my boy? We finna start a new one.